You need to know this. How to retouch a dusk photo. Dusk is right after sunset. It's called the magic 15 minutes window. If you don't know what it is, stay tuned. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 steps that you can apply to any photo. Sunset, golden hour, dusk. But this time we're going to do dusk. And it's going to blow your mind. It is the most powerful 5-step you can do in Lightroom. If you are a Lightroom user, this is a must watch. Bonjour, mesdames et messieurs. My name is Serge Ramelli. I'm a French photographer from the amazing, the incredible city of Paris, France. And I live in the US, and my work is in 120 galleries around the world. I've published 7 coffee table books, soon number 8 with London that I'm going to do this summer. And I'm also the official photographer of Las Vegas. So, let's get this party started. This is not Las Vegas, this is Paris. And I want to talk to you about something very special that I think a lot of people miss. You see, in the winter in Paris, for literally 3-4 months, you don't see any sunshine. It's just very, very it's white, white, white. But if you wait after sunset, which you're not gonna see, there has been no sunset whatsoever, you will see something called the blue hour. The blue hour is that for about 15 minutes, the light starts turning on, and then you just get, and the sky becomes blue. It's what we call dusk. In France, we call this between wolf and dog, entre chien et loup, because in the Middle Ages, after sunset, you couldn't tell the difference between a dog and a wolf. That's why we call it between dog and wolf. You know, it's not the night yet, but it's after sunset. And wherever you are on this planet, even if you had the worst day with like just rain and overcast, you're gonna get a blue hour. So it's a major trick that I use a lot to shoot cities. So I have a tendency to underexpose this. I love this place. This is the Ile Saint-Louis. The Ile Saint-Louis, Paris has 2 islands, and Ile Saint-Louis is one of the islands, and this is the top of one of the islands. And you have the view on the Seine River, but it's a very unique view. It's actually you have to be Parisian to know where that is. If you want, I'll leave the Google map exact coordinate of that photo if you ever go to Paris. It's an incredible viewpoint. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the 5 steps of the natural drama. Step number 1, I'm going to open up the shadow and I'm going to bring down the highlights. Now, if you look at this photo, this was shot at 100 ISO. Oh, I shot this with my Leica Q3. Wow. 1/5 of a second, 3.2. So I'm guessing, yeah, but look at this. Look how sharp it is. Shot by hand at 100 ISO. No tripod on this one. Shot with a Q3, 28 millimeter. Oh, I love it. It's one of my favorite photos of this year. So, but you see now it's very grayish, right? And like we can see inside of the lamp, which is not really nice. But if I hold down the Option key on a Mac, or if you're on Windows, mesdames et messieurs, you need to hold the Alt key. You hold down the Alt key a little bit like this, and boom, what you see here in black, what you see here in red is pure blackness. Perfect. And now, mesdames et messieurs, the time is near. Now I'm going to boost the photo with the white. And what you see here, you see it's going to reveal the photo. Now check this out. If I right click, create a virtual copy, and then I reset the photo, you can see that's before and after. So that's step number 1. We just did the exposure. I don't like the fact, like, my God, the Q3 is so powerful that we can see what's inside of the lamp. So I'm just going to go like this. I'm just going to blow. I don't like when we see, I like when the lamp glows a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, perfect. That's already a good base. Now, step number 2 is the white balance. Now, white balance, as shot, is basically, I always put my camera on AWB, auto white balance. And so that's whatever, the camera did its best to decide what the best white balance is. If you go to auto, you're going to get the one from Lightroom. Oh, it's totally different. Look at this. This is the white balance from Leica, and this is the white balance from Lightroom. No, I think I like Leica a bit more. Okay, let's see what Cloudy is going to give us. Cloudy should be Cloudy is not bad, actually. Let's look at shade. It's going to be very warm. Yeah, we're losing the blue. And tungsten is like, oh, no. Okay, you know what? I think I'm going to go on this one. I'm going to go to auto. Just pick the one you like, and I'm just going to add, no, I'm going to go back to as shot. And I'm just going to add a little less blue. I think it's too blue. And I'm going to add a bit of magenta, because magenta with blue, you see the magenta is going to kill all the yellow that's in the light. There's a lot of yellow in the light, and it's going to kill it. So that's step number 2, it's white balance. The step number 3, very important. Not so much on this one, to be honest, but on most photos, it's really important. is mixing colors. So basically adjusting your colors to how you like them. So you have to go to the color mixer, which is here, and you click first on a mixer. If you're on a mixer, well, on this one, I'm going to go straight to Point Color. Point Color is a new option that have existed for a few months. And you can like, I don't really like the sky completely. So I'm going to click on this blue on the sky, and I can either go like a little left to make it like more light blue cyan, or a little more magenta. I think I'm going to go a little more magenta, just very slightly like this. And then I'm going to click here. This is the color from the light. I can go a little more reddish, or I can go a little more bluish or yellowish. I think on this one, I'm going to go a little more reddish. And if you want to see the before and after of the color mixer, and this is really a personal taste, before and after. Hold on, you don't see much. It's fine, doesn't seem to be working. Before. Yeah, it does work, but it's very subtle. Honestly, this point is very subtle and it's more for sunset, but I don't want to go more than that on this one. But now we come to cropping and dodge and burning. So dodging and burning come from the old time. I've explained this many times, but it comes from the old time of people working in darkroom where they would project light through a negative onto a positive paper. And the longer the light would shine through, the more it would burn the paper, and the more you get a contrasty photo and a dark photo. But if you take like a spoon and you dodge the light, you prevent the light from touching the paper, what happens? Well, what happens is it makes this area brighter. So you shake a little spoon and it makes this area brighter. Why do we do this? We do this because the eyes goes to the brightest part of the photo, and you can recreate a different story in your photo by just changing locally, making it darker or brighter. You can really give it depth, you can give it volume, and you can help the viewer read your photo better. So I'm going to go to 16:9 because that's my favorite cropping. I think I'm going to go like this. I like the sort of panel look. Look at that. It's pretty cool. And then on this one, let's do the dodge and burn. But you always have to crop first. The reason why you want to crop first, you'll see in a second, is usually the first thing that I do is I burn the top of the photo. So I take a little gradient here. I take a little gradient and I burn the top of the photo. Boom, like that. Okay. And that just, look at the difference. It just makes the top, it just forces the person to look inside of the photo. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another gradient, this time for this corner here, following a bit of the line here, and I'm going to lower the exposure just so that we have more this sort of lamp that's kind of bright on the floor. I kind of like that. It's kind of cool. I'm actually going to make it a bit bigger. And now the problem is that the sky was very even everywhere. I want the sky to be a bit brighter on the horizons that people can see inside of the photo. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to take a big circle, and I'm going to increase the exposure. But you see, the problem in that circle is over everything. It's over the buildings. I want it to go behind that building and not in front. Is that even possible? Well, merci beaucoup for asking. Thank you for asking. I show you. So you go here, 3 dots, intersect mask with, select sky. I repeat. Let me do it again. 3 dots. A lot of people don't know this trick. And it's a cool trick. So you see, if the 3 dots disappear, which just happened, you have to erase. It's a bug in Lightroom. That happens to me quite often, actually. So I'm going to just redo it really quick. And then 3 dots, they're back. Intersect mask with sky. And now when I increase the exposure, what it's going to do is that when I increase the exposure, it's only going to affect the sky. Let me overdo it so you can see. You see, it's behind the building. It's masking. It's using AI in real time, and it's masking the building. Isn't that crazy? See, it's only that's way too much, but a little bit. And now we have like a sort of a light coming in. Okay, check it out. Look at this before, after. So it's before that white point. Now check this out. You can actually see, if you click here on this little icon, you can see before the dodge and burn and after. Look how much it changed the whole storytelling. It's insane. Absolutely insane. C'est incroyable. C'est merveilleux. C'est magnifique. Okay, now what we're going to do is, you see here, there's a bit of make sure there's one of the rule in photography. You go around your photo, make sure you don't have something weird that's sticking out, like this is sticking out. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to use use generative AI just to be sure it works. And I'm just going to paint this to erase that, and I'm going to click on remove. And removing using AI is going to just send the photo up, to the internet, bring it back and clean it up. Okay, it's perfectly clean. That's all I needed to do. I could have cropped it more, but I kind of like that. Now on this one, I want to talk to you about the last step. I think on this one, to make it slightly more contrasty and slightly brighter to give it even, come on, look, we came from this and here we are now. We've totally dodged and burned this photo. Maybe I'm a bit too bright. I love this photo. I love the dynamic. I couldn't believe I took this by my hand, meaning no tripod. Look at the quality. It's kind of insane. And it's so sharp for like 3.2. That Leica Q3 is insane. It's really insane. Anyway, okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to let's talk about sharpening. So what a lot of people do, they add texture and they add clarity. Do not do that. Clarity will destroy the colors. I hardly use these two settings. I actually put clarity usually a little bit behind, and I don't use texture, or maybe just a little bit, but not much. But what you can do is two things. You can do a global sharpening, which is step 5 of the natural drama formula. Remember, step 1 is the exposure, step 2 is the white balance, step 3 is refining colors, step 4 is cropping and dodge and burn, and we're on step 5. And step 5, before I give you step 5, if you want to become an award-winning photographer, like so many of my students, including like Yontor, who just got voted Best Photographer of the Year, or Tim Shield in 2018, who got Best Photographer of the Year. If you want to win international awards, let's talk. I want to review your work. Book a call with me and Felipe. The link is under the video. I'd love to see your work and see if you qualify to do my Institute of Photography, which will, I promise you, if you're like me, passionate, will get you where you want to be as a photographer. Okay, the last step, the number 5, is the sharpening. Now, sharpening, I have two formula. First of all, this photo was shot at a very low ISO. I'm guessing, 100, the lowest I could do. So what I do on this, and you can zoom in and you can see this, you can see a little bit of noise. I don't think you can see it on a video. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put 10 of noise reduction just to get rid of that. But I'm also going to put my sharpening. I'm going to take the number 100 and I'm going to minus the 10. So I'm going to put this at 90. Okay? And that's going to give me like a basic sharpening. But I still get a bit of noise in the sky. So check this out. If you hold on the Option key on a Mac or the Alt key on Windows and you move the masking, what you see here in white, that 90 of sharpening is only going to get applied on what's white. So I'm going to go all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. And I only want to have the edges, which is white. And that's the edges, perfect. So it's only going to sharpen that. And now if you look at the sky is going to be very smooth. Very smooth. I love it. But if you want to give it like a little extra of sharpening, what you can do is you can go here, you take a little brush, and then you take a little brush. Now, one thing I want to take a little brush and then you add a little bit of clarity and a little bit of sharpening, which is here, sharpness, a little bit of sharpness. And you just go over really quick this and this. Don't do it on the water and don't do it on the sky. And when you print that photo, you won't be able to tell much. I don't do it with these trees. I only do it with these buildings. I only want buildings. And let me see here. Buildings like this and here. No water. It doesn't look like, I already don't like the water so much because I should have done a long exposure, but I was shooting by hand. But at the end of the day, I love this photo. It's actually just used for a calendar. Somebody used it yesterday for a calendar, bought it for a calendar actually. It's a charity, so I ended up giving the photo, but it was to be bought. And voila. So one little thing I want to give you on the brush, I don't know if you know this, but you can also do some dodging with a brush. So you take a brush, and dodging means making brighter. So I'm going to add some brightness. Now, I want to show you something. If you put the feather very low and the flow intensity very strong, and you start brushing, you're going to get this, which is not very natural. Okay? But if I move the feather all the way to 100 and I brush next to it, it's already a bit more natural, but still very visible. But now, if I lower the flow intensity in the 70s and I brush next to it, it's hardly visible. And now, if I lower the exposure, you can see it's almost invisible, and that's what you want. The stable data, I'm going to erase this. I pressed erase, and I'm going to redo it, and I'm going to redo it right using the brush, the flow intensity in the 70s and the feather at 100, and just try not to go over 0.5 on the exposure. So it's very light. And what you do, I'm just going to brush here a little bit, because I want to pretend that the light is hitting the floor there. I think it's going to be nicer. I think this building is a bit dark, so I'm going to brush here. And it's very subtle. Like it's a bit dark here, so I'm going to brush here. I want to brush just a little bit there to make things brighter. Look at this. Before. Okay. And after. All right. So we went from this to this. Mesdames et messieurs, make sure you subscribe. I have an incredible video coming up very soon, but if you don't subscribe, you're going to miss it. And this could change your life. Mesdames et messieurs, I'll see you in the next video.